conference matchups always elevate the pressure. The heart beats a little faster. It gets a little more intense, particularly if that team across the field is a conference foe. And that's exactly what we have in this showdown coming up. Welcome to the home of the Clemson Tigers, Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Clemson Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Miami's offense will have the football first. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll run it out of the shotgun. There he goes. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Wonder if they'll be conservative on 1st and 10. Right back to the well. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. While the Canes are known for big-time playmakers, tough physical running is part of it, too.
Yeah, you got to be able to have a team that not just is about sizzle, and we've seen so many Miami teams about sizzle, but some substance with some physicality, the run game.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Williams will pass. Finds his man. It's Carr. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zoned, and they executed that perfectly.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving right down the field. You just run to set yourself up now in 1st and goal. They are feeling it.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. They'll go to the ground, and he'll be smacked to the ground. So they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
I know one thing this head coach does every week is he challenges his guys to start fast. And it's so important today, playing on the road in this kind of environment. You saw a nice drive. They didn't get the touchdown they would have loved, but still, kicking that field goal and taking this early lead, that's a statement for the visiting team.
On the run from inside his own 5. So the Clemson Tigers offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse, it's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. The receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him and the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. Two NFL.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
This defense got a lot of people's attention last week when they had 3 sacks. And you know the offense was watching film, and they saw all these pass rushers and their abilities. They thought they had a good plan, but it's not working right now. They've already given up a sack here early in the game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Back to pass, it's Denson. With the catch, it's Davidson. He stopped at the 15, not enough for the first down, and you'd think we'd see the punt team. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Great place to start for this offense. Wide receiver comes in motion. They're going to throw it to start the drive. A little release to the back. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. So now on comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Right down the boulevard. The lead is 6 in the first.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They got it on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. The give to the back. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Now, guys, when you're talking about Clemson, by the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
Been so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
And it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll try to field the punt and see if he can give his offense better field position. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Always a positive to put up early points, and they'll try to add to this 6-0 the 31-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing out a little bit.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Carr. And they'll get enough for the first down, and that's how things will come to a close here in the first quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Gets the back moving. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Beneath the shadow of Howard's Rock, Death Valley is rocking, trying to help the Tigers on third down. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
Well, the defense got the stop there on 3rd and 1. Let's see if they can do it again here on 4th and inches then.
I just got to find a way to fall forward, be physical. We work on this all week. You know you're going for it on 4th down.
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in a game 4th and inches, and he'd signal in Red Snoopy. Quarterback sneak. It works every time.
Quick completion to the right. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Hurricanes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Leaves it with the running back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Williams looking for a man. Right on the money. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9, where it'll be 1st and goal. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Canes trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, that guy is so quick coming out of his stance. Did you see how fast he got to the ball carrier to get that tackle for loss? Wow.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Finds his big tight end. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
Trying to barrel in. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the offense doesn't bat an eye. They'll stay on the field and try to score from the 1 on 4th down. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's batted away in the 4th down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Oh, he's got some space. They finally get to him. But what a play there to pick up the first down. The Tigers just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. To the ground. He's got it again. They get him before he gets started this time and knock him down in the backfield.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around, that make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, as he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you've just got to take off and get it.
makes the grab close to the logo. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They've had a couple of productive drives, but they've had to settle for field goals in 2 of their 3 previous possessions, Jesse.
Yeah, this is an offense that takes a lot of pride in execution, and they feel like they should have scored a touchdown every single drive. So while it's been good, not great, David, just execute a little bit better, and they can put this one in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think you point that out. We went all the way down the field on 2 of our first 3 drives and got field goals. Now, just a little better execution when that field starts to shrink and it gets a little bit more difficult.
Motion from the back. Williams will pass. Got his man. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Motion from the wide receiver. The give on the inside. Breaks into the open. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Wants to throw on first down. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Snags it. Goes out of bounds on the play, and he's got him set up 1st and goal.
This offense is clicking, and clearly every... working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. In this defense right now, they have no answers.
The Canes will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Quarterback Steve trying to power his way ahead for a few. The Steve scores it.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And with the extra point, they stretch the lead to 13. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Running out of time here in the 1st half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot.
Turning it on! A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. Clemson is quick to the line. Dropping back, it's Denson. Looking to take a shot. Brings it in down the left side. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Quick strike complete. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. The screen, he can go. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
You know, as a defensive back, you want to force the quarterback to make plays way out. Towards the sideline. That's a long throw. It requires a lot of arm strength and a lot of touch at the same time. Great job forcing the play out wide and making the big interception.
Here's the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in Death Valley, and welcome into the halftime report. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to our guys high above Howard's Rock. On the move from inside his 5.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
I agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking downfield, it's Denson. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
In the second half, trailing the way they are, they know they're going to have to be able to throw the football to get back into it, but you can't accomplish that if you can't keep your quarterback standing upright. Give the defense tons of credit getting that sack on 3rd down.
Fires one high and deep. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Canes. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
And they come up with a huge pick six, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
They'll go to the air. He's got it. Two-point try is good as they build on this lead.
How about that, guys? That's basically a 15-point swing. Defense gets a pick six, and then your offense gets the two-point conversion. Wow.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Using his legs, it's Davidson. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Looking downfield, it's Denson. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Clemson will send the punt team out. Hauls it in at the 40. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. And that Clemson defensive front getting their paws on dudes and making their presence felt.
And, Reese, that's how they built their dynasty. I mean, I know the offense was flash and sizzle and was really good, but, man, it's the Dexter Lawrence and the Christian Wilkins in the defensive front.
Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
And the Hurricanes come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Picked off to stop the threat. Bringing it back. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Scanning the field, it's Denson. Here comes the heat. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. Looking for a huge play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. And the returner is stopped. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or...
There he goes. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Looking for a crease. It's Pringle. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Love the job by the defense here with their eye discipline. That's an RPO. It can be tricky to locate the football, but they found the running back quickly. Those linebackers and DBs really came screaming down to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
Williams looking for a man. With the catch, it's Carr. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
And the Canes have this offense rolling. To the air on first down. Makes the grab. Creates a little room. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding on to the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They go back to work in the final period of this one. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Oh, he's got some space. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing.
He's going for the goal line. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove it.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Now on second and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And this is the area of the field where it gets really, really tough. Because the red zone, you know you got to run the football more. Well, this defense is #1 in the nation against the run. So I look for this offense to be more physical.
Sneaks it in. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Smashes him with the stiff arm. Out of bounds at the 34. A productive job by the return team. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Quick release on the RPO. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Last completion got them a first down. Let's see what they do now. To throw, it's Denson. Fires to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Backed up now. Here's second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. The sure hands, it's Brown. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Pulls it in. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Here's the pressure. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense. Turn it over on downs.
And the offensive line has to do a better job protecting their man. It's fourth down. He needs some time to make a play. The defense brings the blitz, beats the offensive line, and gets the big sack.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Pass mistakes, and he may get more. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the back.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They would not let him get close. Stopped at the 26. It'll be fourth down. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. Not a chance. Missed it. They pull the field goal. Something finally goes wrong. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Looking to pass. It's Denson. Pocket breaking down. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. They're dealing with a second and long. They go to the ground. Plows through the defense. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. Third down after the run. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving.
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. A really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
Second down coming up. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. A deep throw as the clock winds down. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game. Possible upset, two really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.